I'm Kathy Evans Williams, and in my many years as a divorce attorney, I have witnessed couples saying and doing some very hurtful things to each other. This can be very destructive to their children, their finances, and even to the individuals themselves. I like to help couples navigate through the compromises of an uncontested divorce. When your I do turns to I don't, you need a divorce with integrity. Okay, we are going very well. The next thing is maintenance. Okay, so have you thought about maintenance?
Yeah,
Okay, and what's your thoughts?
I think that he should have to pay maintenance.
Okay, and what's the dollar amount?
I don't know. I guess we could come up with something, but I believe that he should at least have to, since he's gone now. It shouldn't be that my life is going to go through this drastic change. So I don't. We could come up with a dollar amount, but I believe that he should have to pay it.
And
What?
for how long? Just one more question. For how long do you think he should have to pay it?
I guess whatever is customary, and then until I get married again or something like that.
Okay, well, it depends. It depends. Okay. All right, so we got it. You want maintenance for a period of time, and you could talk about the dollar amount. Okay, and what are your thoughts on maintenance?
I'm thinking that I shouldn't have to pay maintenance, especially since she's keeping the house and I gotta go rent an apartment.
The the house has a mortgage.
And I'm paying it.
Oh well, then we can X the property off the list then because he's gonna pay the mortgage.
I've been paying it. You haven't been paying it.
Is that something that you're willing to continue to pay? Pay the mortgage while she lives in the property?
Not if I don't have to.
Okay. All right. So we're at a point of conflict here. Let's talk about maintenance just for a quick second. Why do you think you should get maintenance?
Yeah, why should you? Why do you think you should get maintenance?
He makes more money than me. I'm gonna have the kids. I have the house, of course, that has a mortgage. We have a car note. I think that he should have to help me to maintain some of that stuff. Maintenance.
I make more money, but it's
Okay.
not like I'm keeping that money. I'm giving it to the children.
You're giving it to the children.
Well, it's going.
You're giving a very small portion of your income to help support your children. That is by no means gonna be all that they need.
Plus, I'm paying the mortgage.
Are you still gonna pay the mortgage?
Not if I don't have to.
All right. Okay. So let's do this with maintenance. Let's just look at the money because again, that's where it comes from. In order to get maintenance, you have to have been married for a long time, basically. A long time ranges from 5 years for temporary maintenance, 10, 20 years, 30 years for permanent maintenance, and it also takes into consideration how much money you make, what your health is, and what your ability is to maintain the lifestyle to which you become accustomed. Now, as we look at your income, actually, at the end of the day, with the child support included, you are going to have more disposable income than you. Okay, we've
How
gone
is it
through
that
that.
we're able to use the child support as my income, that he could minus out what he has to pay as far as the other bills in the house because of the child support.
And you're right, it's not really considered income to you.
Okay.
You're right, but you will have that money available to you to pay for things like shelter for the children, gas, utilities for the children, that kind of stuff. And
Well,
since
if
they
it's
live
not
with you.
considered income, then it's not relevant in what we're doing here.
Okay,
Right?
okay. Well, it's relevant to the extent that you look at your income and his income. Now, let's take away child support. Let's just take that away. And it looks like at the beginning we were saying you made about, what was it, 60,000, and he makes 75,
Oh yeah.
right? So you're kind of close, neck and neck. So I go back to why do you think, and I'm not arguing for or against. I just wanted to, kind of find out why do you think you should receive maintenance, and again, how much and for how long?
Because he makes $15,000 more than me, and I'm left with the big bills.
Okay, so then maybe what we need to do is talk about bills, right? Because you are going to keep the house. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, and you're going to pay the mortgage.
No.
Okay, so you want him to pay the mortgage?
I want him to pay the mortgage.
And that's where your desire for maintenance comes from.
Yes.
Okay. Are you okay with letting her keep the house and you pay the mortgage?
But are we cutting away the maintenance
Well,
if I pay the mortgage?
how she's defining it is the money that you would pay to her for the mortgage is considered maintenance.
Is there any other happy medium?
Well, we can think about that, because if you're going to pay for the mortgage, then that means that house is still yours, and that's your understanding, correct?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so that at the end of the day, and that end of day could be when the children are old enough to move to a different school district, that you both sell the property and then split the equity.
If I bought the house and I paid the mortgage, why would I have to split the mortgage? I mean, not split the mortgage, split the property.
Okay, so you're saying that you would want to pay the mortgage and then sell the property and you get all of the equity.
Right.
Is that okay with you?
No, because even though you're paying the mortgage, I'm maintaining the property, which is probably more than a mortgage.
I don't think so.
Okay, so we have to look at some real life numbers as it relates to maintenance. So what I'm going to do is give you both a tool called a disclosure statement. I'm going to ask you to write down all of the income that you get from all sources. I'm going to ask you to subtract all of your taxes and expenses that are necessary to generate your income, union dues, that sort of thing. I'm also then going to ask you to complete all of your monthly expenses. How much is your rent? How much do you pay in scavenger bills and laundry and food and everything? And so at the end of the day, I want to know what your disposable income is and what your disposable income is. And at that point, we can come back to the table and address maintenance, because then it'll become clear as to how much money there is on the table. You can't get $500 from somebody who only has 10.
Okay.
Okay, and you can't voluntarily agree to pay $500 if you only have 10. So we really need to look at the numbers. So let's go ahead and table the maintenance until you two finish that disclosure statement, and then we'll come back to that, okay?
Okay.
All right. Don't leave your children or family in jeopardy. People of all income levels need a will to protect their family and surviving assets. Without a proper estate plan or will, the courts will determine who gets what and who will raise your children without considering your wishes. No matter your assets or your income, everyone needs the proper estate plan. My name is Kathy Evans Williams, and I want to make sure your family is protected.